Welcome back. It's part of Exile 2 again. Back on this Lich, we are now level 90, which is fantastic. There's been a bunch of changes, mostly in the sort of currency point of view since the last video, so I want to go over them a little bit. So first of all, I did Perfect Jeweler Orb the Spectre Valguard. I did that with my own currency, so it cost me 2 div. That hurt, but there we go. They now do 10,000 per damage per grenade, and remember there's 3 grenades. So we're at the point where they actually do more damage now. That used to be less, right? So when I take out the split gem, they now only do 1 projectile, but it's 20k damage. So I get, like, that gets me more damage. Additionally, because of the Perfect Jeweler Orb, we could put that plus onto level of minion skill. I am still experimenting with other stuff. There's like heft here, which I thought like, hey, maybe that would help. It does have like a cost multiplier on it, 9.8. No, it's not worth it. So there we go. I also have just 1 feral primate out. The reason behind that is because I had like, there's like 20 spirit spare. I didn't know what to do with it, and I just thought like it would be funny if a monkey randomly follows me around. There he is. I sometimes can't even see him. He doesn't really do much. I think one of the monkeys has a buff. I don't know. It's just there for like whatever, basically. I really want GGG to sort of look into lower cost specters as a sort of place to maybe experiment with. I love like all the specters that we currently have access to, but all of them like have really high like spirit costs, and that makes sense because a lot of them are like really powerful. But it would be nice to see just like I don't know, bugs. You want like 50 bugs? You could have 50 bugs. I even have that actually. I think it's a plague swarm. Yeah, plague swarm here. So this is a bug. Primate for a second. And we'll drop the guards. So that is it. Tiny bug. I mean, it's one of the bigger bugs I guess you can pick up, but it's still a tiny bug. It cost 27 spirit. Jeez, how many bugs can I have these days? 15 bugs. It's worth a try, maybe. Anyway, it'd be good to see like a really low spirit cost Spectre to take a look at. Of course, there's the Terracotta Sentinel, but like we all know that's a bug. It's gonna be fixed at some point. I only have 1 of them. Like qualitied that, I could probably have 2, but like quality gems for Spectre users are very expensive, and I'll tell you why. Keep pushing the wrong buttons. There we go. I want to put Feral Primate back in. He doesn't do damage. But he kind of does. It just runs around and makes a bunch of noise, basically. It's funny. Could probably put some more supports in there. Let's see what else we can get. Could I do that? Oh, my god. This one here makes minions larger. It's really fun to play with. I guess we could just do... It's just main. There we go. So now that one... the 1 primate memes. Alright, I gotta get rid of all this stuff, and then we'll head out. Double belt can go in a sort tab, because I'll chance it at some point. As can the prismatic ring. Rest of this stuff I'm just gonna nuke. Yeah. And we'll just drop this helmet on this boots on the floor. Alright, let's go to map. I've now sort of fixed up my stash tab because I'm getting too many maps to deal with now. So I have a trash tab where I put stuff I'm just not going to run. Maybe I'll sell those off. I think it's like I don't really know why these are up here, but like maybe those are the ones. Sort is where they will be dumped to by default. So a good example here is if I, say I picked up this map on a mapping spree, control click, it goes into sort. Once I know that they're rare, as in like they've had all the currency applied to them to make them rare and have a lot of mods, they go into the rare tab. I would love for that to be automatic, but like it's kind of like scripting, really. It's like, when this happens, move this thing. So it's complicated, and I understand. We will go ahead and yeah, sure, that'll do. Shit, we just dropped this currency off. All right, currency's dropped off. Let's go. You'll see a lot of icons. I've been towering in this area, so a lot of the maps have a lot of sort of overlapping icons. I'm looking for another tower to go towards. I was going to go to this tower, but then I realized this is basically ocean, so it's probably not a productive or worthwhile tower. What I need to do is look for like hints of corruption, and I thought I saw some over in the left area of where I was exploring. Because sometimes when you're like just entering a corrupted area, you can see like little bits of red on the map, and then you know like, hey, there's gonna be a nexus that way. Let's go to this tower. Let's try and make our way to this tower. That'll be the goal for today. You probably won't see me get there because I'll need to do 1, 2, 3, 4 plus maps to get there. But like, hey, we'll endeavor to get there. Into a crypt with 11 rarity. Yeah, cool. That's a bonus. When you're mapping, and if you'd like a mapping guide from me, let me know. I can talk about mapping a lot more. There's like 2 states. There's travel, and then there's like returns. So you either use a map because you want to travel, as in to get to another area of the endgame atlas, or you use mapping because you want returns on the map. When I'm traveling, I really don't care what's going on. If there's towers, great, but like I don't need to worry. But when I'm really trying to get like the most resources out of a map, that's when I'll look into all of those modifiers, tablets, everything. Oh yeah, you'll see down here on the energy shield has gone all the way up to 5k. I don't really know what happened, but there were some passive changes that led to a lot more energy shield coming up there. A couple of trades in the inventory as well. I don't really remember what I did. I think this helmet is new, and I think I changed up the boots or something. As for passives, the energy shield is coming from up here. I managed to get up here. I wish that like +1 to all maximum elemental resistances was like a little more. Like 2 or 3 would feel more impactful, because as it stands, it feels like a little bit silly. I don't know. It's like, congratulations, you got here. So if you do take a look at my resistance, and some of them are overcapped, that kind of just happens when you're messing around with gear. I do devalue them and adjust them as we go. So you can see here I got lightning down to 77. Rather than like cold or just like super overcap. But like, hey, even chaos is overcap. That's an achievement. I do have to look through my passives, make sure there's no elemental resistance passive nodes that I can now get rid of because I'm overcapped. And I also need to triple check my runes. Iron, 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 and then that's the serpent talisman. Yep, good. Another thing I'd like for Spectres, and it would also probably help for Companions as well, and you'd have to balance it, so please be careful, is some sort of additional movement speed, like bonus or benefit for allies. There is, I think, like 1 on the tree, but it's only 1. And I think like there could be builds where like a really slow spirit could become really powerful with a little bit of movement speed. This guy looks like he means business. Just joking, he's dead. The game feels completely different to play with this current build. It's the first time I've ever done minions, and this is like the most powerful I've ever got minions there for. And it's crazy. Someone wants to buy something for 8 Exalted. Yeah, they can totally do that. Just like in the middle of explosions, I'm just portaling. It's because I got so much defenses, like they can't get through it. I would love to invite you to my party and get 8 Exalted for this random item I don't remember. Where is it? Hold on, it is in individual prices. Pretty sure it's this. Yeah, that one. Are they coming? I invited them. Alright, sometimes it doesn't work, so what we do is we kick him and re-invite. But this is 8 Exalt. I'll take the time to do it during recording though. Alright, so they said 1 sec, that's fine. Well, I don't know, we're like, recording a video. I've seen some like really stressed out traders in videos sometimes. They're like, yo, you got 10 seconds to respond to my trade request or I'm gonna like kick you. And it's just like, do we need to do this? Like, chill. It's fine. I'm about to make this person's day. I've got no idea if I'm underselling them or upselling them. Doesn't matter to me. Hey, yeah, done. Was that worth more than 8? Yeah, maybe. Do I care? No. Back to the crypt. Somehow I spilled all the water I'm drinking all over me. Like, there is more water on the desk now than there is, like, in my mouth. I don't really know how that was done. I'm planning to do a video where I go over some other minion tech that I've been looking into and theorizing about. I kind of need an Infernalist to do that though, and I said this last league as well. I don't know if I have it in me to complete the campaign a second time. I totally would if there was actually Acts 4, 5, and 6. But because they are identical content to Acts 1, 2, and 3, and particularly because Act 3 repeats itself, I don't think I've got it in me. I've been thinking about that problem a lot, and I realized that, like, the problem with the Acts and Cruel is, like, the doing it twice situation is almost compounded by the storyline in Act 3, where you go back in time. Because it's like, explore ruined temple, go back in time, explore the same ruined temple, but this time in its like pristine because it's been restored to its former glory because you've traveled in time. And so what it means is like at least 2 of the areas in that act are identical in terms of feel. Yeah, sure, they look different. One's a ruined temple, one's a not ruined temple, but they're like there isn't much variation there. And so it's very noticeable, and that's why I think lots of people don't like Act 3, because like it's very like it's noticeable how long it takes to get through. I also kind of don't want to do it with like the same character in mind, because like all I want to do is like swap. I want to play around with Infernalist for a bit on some ideas I have for a particular Spectre I want to try playing around with, but I don't want to completely rejigger this character. Like, I'd have to go do another Ascendancy trial, and then I'd have to, like, respec a mile. I don't want to do that. I don't know, maybe a campaign would actually be faster, because they made all those changes to Act 3. Oh, by the way, those changes came out, like, just as I was getting to Act 3. So I think I actually did the Matland waterways with those new changes to have less levers, because I was playing through it and I was groaning because I knew it was going to take like 40 minutes. But it didn't. It was like a 20-minute map after all, so that was good. This person's not using Trave chat, but they are saying one div for this scepter. Let me give them an honest opinion. That's really good, actually. That's actually really good. 171 spirit. So mine here has 162. Do I have the 15% attack speed? I have more attack speed, so yeah, mine's better, but there we go. For context there, my scepter has allies in your presence have 15% attack speed. That is then added onto the amulet, talisman even, with the 8% attack speed. Then onto that jewel that gets doubled. And that's why you get all the way to Valgard with attacks per second of... Oh, still 0.97. How fast are the terracottas? I'd have to bring one out to take a look. Interesting to see how slow they would be without all those things. They are plenty fast now. There are some times where there's a gap in them, like, exploding things. And that's another reason why the Feral Primate's out. He kind of just, like, hits a few things and reminds the Valguards that it's their job to attack and not mine. Another thing to consider in the future for GGG is like, hey, double shields. You can do it on Dark Souls, and it's really funny. But like, as you can see, I don't really need to do anything. Would my map clear speed be faster if I did do stuff? Yes, because I'd be contributing my own form of damage. But the presence-based stuff that I'm doing, just like, what's the like? Everything's dead. What's the point? That's my dog, if you can hear them. They're barking at the door. It's their favorite habit, and I'm trying to train them not to do it. I've tried nearly everything. Currently, we're trying the ignore them completely strategy. The reason behind this is that they will bark at the door and then turn around and look at me. And that's like, well, what do you think about them barking? what do you think about me barking? And so if I ignore them, it's like, I don't think anything. Like, everything about this barking is your decision. Did I mention that breaches and corridor maps are just terrible? Like, look how slow this is moving. Like, all the hands were probably in a circle, like, a different direction, right? So I lost out on clasp hands because I picked the wrong direction. Oh, interesting thing I noticed about this map tile set. See these stairs here? That's an exit, right? So if this map tile set was used for campaign stuff, such as the mausoleum that's in the campaign, that would be one of the exits there. I could also link it to something later, like maybe like an upstairs part of the map or whatever they wanted. I just realized I'm walking like in a completely wrong way. I think we are going to. I was going to checkpoint up to here, but there's no reason. I just need to go straight here. Map completed, directly in front of her. Might as well pick it up, have some fun with it. Whoa, look, I run so much faster than my minions. It would be great if this said, and your allies. I don't care if they don't have the skill speed, they need the movement speed, right? If I have this shrine, give them the movement speed, please. Means we can get over here quickly, clear up any stragglers in this area. There we go. Clear them up. We might as well full clear this one, seeing as we know where they are. They're over here. There's that one chest. Go on, chest. Give me something good. Beautiful. Alright, so there's 4 monsters left. Nope. We out of. Alright, that was a map. Dory. Whoa, yeah. Anyone lagging? Yeah, me. Network's high. I don't know why that would be affecting the sound. I can barely move. Anyway, we got anything here? Yeah, I'll just dump tab the stuff. How am I doing on breach? 202, so 100 more for those. X is 50. I might have to convert those to chaos again. Ooh, 20 to spirit. Yeah, that'll definitely sell for at least one. You just, like, sometimes not care. Like, some of the stuff is probably worth, like, 10x or whatever, but, like, no one wants it. It's been public for weeks. Like, you know who does want it? Hitsuli, come here. You want this? Oh yeah, you want this. That can be chance, so I'll chuck it over here. Do I have a chance? I do have a chance orb. So now I need to find my most reliable chance thing that I want to chance. I can never remember which belt it is that you need to chance. I'm gonna briefly look it up. I know this is silly to do in the middle of a video, but like, just deal with it, right? Because I can never remember if it's like heavy or like double. It's just ugh. Heavy belt. Heavy belt. It can go to Headhunter. It's because like I'm not like doing the meta of like, you know, farming those, so I need to look for a heavy belt. See, that's a double, so I would have lost it there. Linen, mail. Guarantee there's a heavy belt somewhere. Is that heavy? That's plate. That's utility. That's, what does heavy look like? I'll just do that. Heavy. Heavy? 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 Ah, okay. So heavy belt is the one with the circle in it. That's it's. I'll try and remember that. I won't remember it. Yeah, alright, we don't have heavy. Alright, so we'll check for Stella then. I do have a Stella there, but it's a gold Stella, so that's not appropriate. That's not appropriate, that can't be chanced. Are there any white Stellas I've got? If there's none, I will just keep the chance orb till I have that later. That's a Stella, but it's alright, cool. Alright, yeah, so I don't really have anything worth chancing. I will go ahead and leave it off there rather than rambling about my items. Stand by for some more content later.